I mean, next year's class, we'll get into it, but Drew Brees, is he first ballot?
You'd have to think so.
You would have to think so.
Larry Fitzgerald.
But he won a Super Bowl. One. How do you leave off Larry Fitzgerald? And then you know who else is up next year? Julian Edelman. Which leads into my next take. As we look ahead here, we got to start thinking about the Patriots because the new Patriots aren't. There's nobody, right? Yeah, just thinking off the current top. There's nobody on the team now, right? No, nope. Okay, just wanted to make sure. Just wanted to double check on that one. All right, so the Patriots have a list of deserving Hall of Famers. My question is there a bias? In is Andre Tippett, Ty Law, Richard Seymour. All deserving. These are the future locks that have yet to happen. Vinatieri, Belichick, Brady, Gronk, Kraft. Now, Kraft has to get voted in from the Veterans Committee, right? So that's why I put a little asterisk next to it. Some have been held out, right? Rodney Harrison, bias. Corey Dillon, bias. Now, maybe their own, both of them. Ben Coates. And the tight end game has changed. So when you look at the all-time list of tight ends, he was there before he got passed by all these Hall of Famers. Irving Fryer. Still in the... Bruce Armstrong was their best left tackle, maybe of all time. Maybe. And then next year, Belichick, Edelman. And I think the Belichick thing, if he comes back, is he still eligible? See, I don't know how that works. They put in that new rule this year. So now here are they Hall of Famers list. Willie McGinnis. I think he's got a really good case. Most postseason sacks all time. Was a big part of all the 12 great seasons in New England. And how many iconic plays did he make? But again, 2-time Pro Bowler, right? Wes Welker, in. I am so in on Wes Welker being a Hall of Famer. I could do that. I've written articles about this. I've derailed shows because of it. He was a big part of the 2007 offense that broke a record. He's the all-time receiving leader for the New England Patriots. He led the NFL in receptions in 3 seasons. He broke 120 receptions twice. But what do you remember him for? But will they do it to Mark Andrews now? Right? Will they do it to him? Who else dropped the ball this year? Anybody else drop a pass that we can remember? This is what I mean, though. Wes Welker was the first true, great slot receiver. How about another one? Are they Hall of Famers? Corey Dillon. Only spent 3 seasons with the Patriots, but helped them win a Super Bowl. He rushed for 1,600 yards. But when you look at all-time running backs, where does he list? He just got passed by Derrick Henry. Literally. Is Derrick Henry a Hall of Famer, Skaz?
Derrick Henry?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
He just passed Corey Dillon. Literally. You know who else he passed? John Riggins. Hall of Famers. Now, Fred Taylor's on this list, who has more yards than Corey Dillon. Never won. Or was he on one of those Patriots? I don't know, actually. But like Marcus Allen, Marshall Faulk, Jim Brown, Eric Dickerson, LaDainian Tomlinson, Jerome Bettis, Barry Sanders, Walter Penn. Like, he's 20th all time. He was a bad guy. He had some issues. Big part of the best Patriots team potentially of all time. Logan Mankins. In or out?
I think I'd be out there.
Guy was an all-pro. Could play tackle if he wanted to. Great guard. He was a mauler. He protected Brady from basically 5 to 13. They let him go for nothing. It was a travesty. Like, literally, that was sad. In a way, I think he's a Hall of Fame talent. I don't think he has the resume. Vince Wilfork. Since we're having a bias on positions, was he a nose guard or was he a D tackle? Because he played end too. Right? Bookend his career with Super Bowls. He bridged this gap of great defensive linemen that they had. He was an all-pro. 5 Pro Bowls. Here's where I'm a no on. Teddy Bruschi. Great player, not a Hall of Famer.
I mean, if he's not in, McGinnis isn't in.
McGinnis had more accolades.
Yeah, but Teddy Bruschi was at least an all-pro guy.
Pro Bowler once, that's it.
I think he was 2-time second-team All-Pro, Teddy Bruschi.
1 Pro Bowl, twice being named a second-team All-Pro.
McGinnis never even had that.
What did McGinnis have? Did he never have that?
Never had that.
But he's got the most sacks in postseason history.
So then, that's where it gets convoluted.
This is why I think the Edelman conversation's convoluted.
Well,
not a Hall of Famer body of work. Playoff numbers? Holy smokes.
Well, Welker, much better than Edelman, if we're just talking about a wide receiver.
Edelman did more with his career with the Patriots.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amendola.
Wes Welker.
Wes Welker did more with the Patriots than Edelman did his whole entire career.
Yeah, Wes Welker was a 2-time first-team All-Pro, 2-time second-team All-Pro, 3-time receiving leader. Edelman was never an All-Pro. Never. I don't even think he was ever considered near that level.
All right, so no Bruschi, no McGinnis.
I would say no.
Mike Vrabel?
No.
Out, right? Matt Light.
I would say no.
Irving Fryer. Aqib Talib.
See, he's not a Patriot, though, to me.
I'm just throwing out names. Devin McCourty.
No.
Steven Gostkowski.
No.
Okay. That's all I got. Am I missing anybody that could potentially be a Hall of Famer?
No, I mean, you have the locks of, Vinatieri, Belichick, Brady, Gronk, Kraft. The Corey Dillon one, I think Corey and Rodney, I don't look at them as a Patriots bias. I think it's self-inflicted wounds. I think these are guys that have questionable things that it's going to take them longer to get in if they're going to get in. Rodney was, popped for steroids. He's the most fined player in NFL history. Is Rodney Harrison a Hall of Famer? Absolutely. But it's going to take some time.
All right. Well, hear from you guys. 617-779-0985. If I missed one, please let me know. Ethan is in Shrewsbury. Hey, Ethan.
Hey, what's up, Joe?
Yo.
So I understand where you're coming from with the Adam Vinatieri take, and I'm with you to a certain extent. But the way you're feeling right now, and I totally hate this guy with all my heart, I felt about Eli Manning not being a first ballot Hall of Fame. I think that's insane. If you take away Eli Manning from NFL history, the Patriots go undefeated, and they have 8 Super Bowl wins if Eli Manning is not in the picture. And just one more thing about the Adam Vinatieri thing. I don't know if you heard today on the afternoon show with Zolak and Bertrand, but they had Boomer on, and they were saying that the reason why it might take Adam Vinatieri so long is because they had, this best punter of all time. It took him, 15 to 20 years to get in the Hall of Fame. I forget his name. I don't know if you know anything about that or not.
I didn't hear it, so I can't comment on it. We have to think about this. You have to think about if Adam Vinatieri should be in the Hall of Fame or not. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing? I had to look it up, but Gino Cappelletti not in the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
That's a guy that should be in. 100%.
And I believe the only way he could get in is Veterans Committee, right? That's 5-time AFL All-Star, MVP, all-time leading scorer at one point, 1,130 points, AFL, all-time leading. Yeah. Wow.
He is tied with Don Hudson and Gostowski for most seasons leading the league in points scored with 5. Wow. He led the league in points scored 5 times.
Wow.
I'd say that's a Hall of Famer. But Gostowski did it as well.
Who made it in this year over Kraft?
Oh, yeah, the guy.
Because, if we really want to have this conversation right now, Gino Cappelletti should be in over Kraft. That was me.
Oh, well.
I'm sorry, Demo. Call back. That was me. No, for real. Kraft's trying to get into the Hall of Fame before Gino.
I'd put Gino in first.
No, for real. I would, too. Let's talk to Jason. He's in Derry.
Joe, who did you say on the Pats should be in the Hall of Fame? You think Matt Light should be in the Hall of Fame?
No, I didn't say that.
Did you say Bruce Armstrong is maybe the best left tackle ever, or best Patriots left tackle?
Yes, yep. That's what you heard. I said best Patriots left tackle.
Do you think Bruce Armstrong should be in the Hall of Fame?
I think he's on the list. That's what I made. I made a list. So
I think Wilfork you can make a case.
Yeah.
And I think maybe Welker, but like William McGinnis does not belong in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, this is a radio show, and what we do is we have a discussion. So we throw out names and we say, is this guy in or not? Because I'm trying to make.
Well, I just wanted to check. I like you, Joe. I just wanted to check your homerism. I thought you were going to look carried away there.
You think I'm a homer?
I mean, I think it's fact. I don't even have to think about it. I think it's like etched in stone.
That's how I work. I work in fact, not homerism. Like the only.
Let's do this again. Who do you think?
In case you weren't listening, I said the locks for the Hall of Fame should be Vinatieri, Belichick, Brady, Gronk, and Kraft. I think Rodney Harrison should be a Hall of Famer. I think Corey Dillon's is debatable. I think Ben Coates is absolutely debatable.
Dude, Ben Coates was so nasty.
Yeah.
Dude, he was like
Were you
Gronk
listening at
Gronk.
all, or did you just call in just because you thought you heard I said something?
Well, what did you say about Bruce Armstrong exactly?
I said he was probably the best left tackle in Patriots history.
In Patriots history, I thought it was NFL history, and then you weren't really thinking that Matt Light and William McGinnis should be in the Pro Football Hall of Fame, right?
No, my point is this. In baseball, right? The Cincinnati Reds, they had all these great players, right? Joe Morgan, Johnny Bench. Well, they let, certain guys in because they were part of the big red machine. So I'm trying to make the case is someday could these guys make the Hall of Fame? Eric Allen was just on a ballot for 19 years.
Well, Eric Allen is, I guess he's like, ninth all time, but like, I can't believe that guy made it in the Hall of Fame. But he did have six.
Eric Allen or Ty Law, they have the same amount of interceptions. So we're just going to throw him in because of the interceptions? Like, Ty Law took away half a field and won championships.
Right, that was like a stat thing with him. I couldn't believe he got in, honestly, Eric Allen. That was crazy.
Yeah, but I do think that Irving Fryer, it's hard because of wide receivers, but I think that long-term, he might have a case. I think Bruce Armstrong might have a case.
Well, linemen get the shaft in general,
Yeah, and I think Logan Mankins might be able to have a case.
Right. They just don't take linemen like that. It's not sexy position.
The point of the segment was, is there a bias for why some Patriots aren't in now? And could it be a bias in the future?
And this is obviously related to Vinatieri. I think in general, like kickers, they're below the rest of the players on the team.
What about if they're the all-time scoring leader? Like the most points ever. Do you think that guy should be in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, probably, right?
Yeah, that's Adam Vinatieri.
But then I would throw it back. Do you think the guy ninth all-time in interceptions would be in the Hall of Fame?
Well, I said no. But I think Ty Law should be because he's won multiple championships and went to multiple Super Bowls.
Dude, those teams were nasty. Laurie Malloy and Ty Law, I love that secondary.
I know. Thank you, Jason. All right. Well, anyways, if you want to call about that, you can. That was supposed to be an exercise. Yes. Okay. Skaz, coming up. Who's the best left tackle in Patriots history? Who is? Seriously, who is?
Nate Solder.
I like Matt Light better.
I'm kidding.
No, for real. Solder's up there.
No, he was a very good player.
It's Bruce Armstrong.
Yeah. Bruce Armstrong.
Bruce Armstrong or Matt Light.
Yeah. But Bruce Armstrong before my time, but I know he's considered one of the best.
He played, for not the. He protected Bledsoe early on in his career and should get credit for that. Was a Pro Bowler constantly, right? Would lock down Bruce Smith at times. I just, again, it's not sexy, right? But if we're just talking about, like, if you did an all Patriots team, is that what we need now? Should we just make it now that it was just Gronk and it was Brady and Belichick and just leave it at that? Because I don't know. The dominance I saw from Wes Welker, I can't think of another player who's done it. The amount of volume that he put in, It's insane. If you like that clip, check out more videos from my show, The Joe Murray Show, here. For more Patriots analysis and opinion, hit this playlist. And for all the latest from the Sports Hub, download the app at 985thesportshub.com.